Now, this really pisses me off to no end.
Last night was tabletopless. I've barely slept, not even brushed my hair yet. I slept in my clothes so as not to disturb my partner. And I'll be going back to bed in a minute. But I came off a roleplay high last night, and I hoped that would last more than a handful of hours. But then I see this shit. Leyline Press, never fucking heard of them before, ditching someone from a project because that person had worked with Jim Raggi in the past.
Dear all, today it has come to our attention that one of our editors on Salvage Union is currently working on Lamentations of the Flame Princess and has been involved with other problematic works that have received widespread critique for bigotry and other harmful issues. We believe that these are highly problematic games by authors and companies whose politics and actions we vehemently disagree with. While we were unaware of this prior to hiring him, it was our responsibility to check the work history of freelancers we work with. We are sorry that we did not do so as carefully as we should. We would also like to be clear that this editor had no developmental role in Salvage Union. He was hired on a freelance basis purely for proofing and editing. In order to avoid ourselves and other contributors being associated with these damaging politics and actions, we have removed the editor's name from all of the Salvage Union books. We will not be working with them again in the future. We want to apologise to the tabletop community, including our readers and collaborators, for this mistake. We will vet all of our contributors more thoroughly in future. If you have any questions or concerns, please get in touch with us directly at hello@leyline.press.
Isn't that rather unethical behaviour?
Oh, is it? I'm afraid I'm a bit out of touch.
It's this that's wrong. It's shunning. This is a guilt by association, a genetic fallacy. This is firing an editor who self-admittedly has little or no impact, if they're a good one, on the content, theme and mood, problematic or otherwise, of anything they're making, and you're casting them aside because they've also worked on other books that you nebulously don't agree with the politics of. This is abhorrent, shitty behaviour. Not problematic, perhaps, but cunty, certainly. People take jobs because they need the money, right? People do things because they're capable of separating themselves from the politics of the author or the slant of the content. People take jobs for bad companies who are responsible for things like oil spills and so on because they think they can make a difference, or because, you need money to live. Fuck knows, I've worked for people I don't 100% march in lockstep with. Unless this person is editing the fucking, Daily Stormer or some shit on the reg. Who gives a toss? You're not the fucking Stasi. You shouldn't be spying on people to determine if they've earned the privilege of working with you. Consider what you're talking about, right? You're not the good guys here. This is what Scientologists do. Half you fuckers should change the name of your company to SeaOrg, quite frankly. I was asked recently to name and shame the companies and individuals who have blacklisted me, or strong-armed intermediary companies to censor my material. I wasn't going to. I was going to take the high road. Still haven't decided quite what I'm going to do yet. But I've been trying to stay relatively clear of this kind of drama and bullshit to preserve my love of the hobby, which last night actually restored a little bit. Now I'm thinking maybe I should more publicly name and shame the kind of people who blacklist or participate meekly in the blacklisting of others, or even demand it of people. Have we forgotten our history? Cultural history, the story of the Hollywood blacklist, right? The problem there wasn't that they were blacklisting communists and other left-wing people. It was that they were blacklisting at all. Did you not understand the historical parable there? Jim Raggi is one of the most consistently ethical people I know, and he tortures himself with it, with these kind of decisions. We're both maliciously reasonable people when you get to know us, and while we're unconventional, problematic, or degenerate if you're on the right, these are unreasonable labels to throw around. Look, if someone comes to you saying, I refuse to work on this project if you keep this person on, fire that person, the one making the threat, the one being unreasonable, the one demanding 100% ideological lockstep from everyone else who so much as reads the project. Don't get rid of the person who apparently was able to set aside their own ideological differences with you in order to work with you. That person is the tolerant, lovely, nice, reasonable person out of everyone involved here. And that's the behaviour that should be encouraged. Not this cult weirdness. They asked for feedback. Give them feedback.